Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the BBG, and we have ourselves a new one today. Cultivation game, of course. Fights, breaks, fears. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We're on our way to 10,000, and one day this channel will reach it. We will get there. But anyway, this game seems to be following the story of the actual novel itself pretty closely, actually. You know, obviously, I literally got this game like an hour ago, and I've gone through the first realm. I was really just seeing what was up, how it works, what was going on. And honestly, it is pretty much identical to Overmortal. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty much identical because you do have to choose when you first start one of two paths, and then you level up one path, and you can go back to the second path later. That's identical. I mean, the way the explore works and the way the map works, the way the map looks, literally all of it reminds me of Overmortal, down to the clone here. I mean, it's pretty blatant. I'm not gonna lie. So this game obviously came after Overmortal, and they've taken on board obviously everything good Overmortal did. And I don't know whether or not it's going to be region locked like Overmortal is, and I'm pretty sure it is going to be. With that being said, the way the packs work and their prices are actually incredibly, friendly. Really friendly. Of course, I haven't got far enough in to say whether or not those packs are good or not. I'm literally just exploring the game as we go. But damn, it's so similar. I haven't got any artifacts yet, but that's the equivalent of curios. Combat spells, it's almost identical to the way it works. It's kind of funny in some ways. I actually enjoy the combat in this one more. Why, you might ask? Let's just go into, this is the equivalent of the tower. There's even the same amount max fights per day, 80. It's a lot that's the same. A lot that's just, and I'm trying to find things that have changed. But the fighting is pretty good considering it is an idle game. Yes, this is an idle game. So a lot of stuff happens passively, which is what you'd expect in an idle game. I currently just unlocked the House of Treasures, which is where I'm going to unlock curios, or should I say artifacts. Sorry, artifacts. But I just want to go into each one. Like, it's literally the same. It really is. You know, 5 and you get an epic. It refreshes once every 2 hours. Destiny Pavilion, same thing. I'm going to buy those too because that's the equivalent of buying the bags in Overmortal. I'm not sure it should be so similar, but it's currently pulling it off, mostly because of the storyline that it's based off, not going to lie. Now, I will say one thing they have done really well here is the artwork is a lot better. Respira is practically Cultivate and vice versa. I don't like the fact I have to click and hold on it in order to load it before it goes up, but quality of life thing there really, isn't it? Chi gathering array increases the amount of chi you get per cycle. It's so similar. It baffles me. It honestly baffles me. Now, let me in. Let me in? They're probably not going to let me in. I joined an older server. Like, for some reason, the new server is full, so I had to go back, which is a bit weird. I don't know if this game is getting a surge in popularity or something, or maybe it's just come out of being region locked. Man, I don't know. Yeah, weekly rewards, let's go. Even the weekly rewards are like the equivalent in Overmortal, which is quite funny. Down to the Pavilion refresh order for the jewel store, the premium currency store, I should say. And honestly, if this game isn't region locked like Overmortal is, I can see this becoming basically what Overmortal is currently, but globally. Because if it gets out first, it gets out first, This is going to be first. That's just the way these things work. And frankly, it's kind of what you get for region locking games. Now, I've been trying to do this damn thing. I have to defeat this mentor. I haven't done it yet, although to be fair, I only tried it once. I'm trying to get a year's break so I can fuck off with Xiao Yan, but I gotta kill her first. It looks like I may do it this time because I just replaced all my equipment. I went up a major realm and I got basically better shit. And I'm about to get even better shit after she gets wrecked. There we go. Get wrecked. Goodbye. Victory. Complete claim. Chapter 2, First Meeting with Fairy Doctor. Yeah, it really does follow the storyline quite well. I'm not going to deny that. Let me get this Sweet, tasty new weapon on. It's adorable. I mean, even the artifacts that are active are equipped in the same slots. Oh, it's funny. It is. Anyway, let's go House of Treasures, unlock some artifacts. Free explore once, legendary. Well, that was asking a lot, wasn't it? Only one fragment. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Celestial Blood Bell. Yeah. Oh my god, it's the same. It's literally the same. That's nuts. I didn't know this was allowed. Open for even the chests and shit are the same. Wow. Again, this is good so far because it follows the story so well. Advanced condensed crit. Yeah, I don't know what half this stuff does. I'll be honest. I'm just exploring the game currently. Can I not do another 10? I cannot. Another 7. Fine. I'm assuming those blue things are what I use to level artifacts up. The condensed crystals. But we're going to find out. Absolutely nothing. Artifacts. 2 whole ones. Soul Ascension. Oh my god. Even that's the same, plus 10%, and then it adds on to Soul Block of Chi penetration, which could literally just translate directly into magic penetration, magic block, physical penetration, physic block. Chi dodge, sure. Soul Ascension, sure. It's pretty funny. And yes, you guessed it, even the alchemy and gear production are literally exactly the same. Although the formula unlocking works a bit better because you actually need the materials before you can unlock it. Well, you need the recipe and then one set of the materials and then you can start making them. So that's quite good. Or at least it's a bit more realistic, I guess. As far as cultivation games go and realism anyway. Storage spirit, let's go. How many times have we seen ourselves a storage stone, hey? Too many fucking times. That's how many. Use. Look at that, 101 slots. I do like the fact you start at such high inventory slots instead of like 20. That is a lot better. A lot better. Consume. Looks like we're going up a level. 1-star beginner, let's go. Herbal garden's almost unlocked. And let me guess, that's where I'll have to grow my plants. And I bet you I'll have to spend jewels in order to open the slots, because they're way too generous with the amount of jewels that they give, just like another game I could mention and have mentioned. Even the achievements work the same way, oh my god. Xiaoyan, let's go. Although I won a year of holiday from Mentor rolling, after seeing the depressed look on Shana's face, I couldn't bear to part with her. Well, Mentor, where's our first destination? The magical monster mountains. Can't we get there from Wudan City? Why are we taking such an indirect route? We're now east of the magical monster mountains. If we cross the mountains from here, we'll reach the place where we can cultivate the Taigoid Desert. Cross the magical monster mountains. I can only handle the level 1 monsters on the periphery. Surely you can't expect me to actually make this journey. Consider it a trial by fire. I plan to leave you in the magical monster mountains until you become a veteran. Jesus. 3 years isn't long enough, I estimate. You'll spend 1 year there and 6 months in the desert. Alright, let's go grab some gear in Qingshan town. No pressure or anything. No pressure or anything. Now, in terms of like where you lie in the plot, it does seem that you're sort of taking the position as someone who has come from the capital and you're being, I suppose, hosted by the Xiao family, and then you meet Xiao Yan and the plot takes place and you are like not an outsider, you're involved in it, but you're sort of like viewing it as you would a reader, with occasionally getting into a fight and needing to slap young masters. You know how it is. Another 5 if you insist. Give us a legendary. Come on. Or not, that's fine. Improving Chi method node increases soul power defense by 41. Okay. One day I'll know what all these things mean. Nice. And I mean, the same with Overmortal here. You'll get a shitload of these artifacts up to a certain point once you reach like 80%. of all possible ones to get, and you'll just start getting repeats over and over again. And that's really where the pay to win comes in. But I haven't really looked into pay to win too much now, because the only thing I've seen, it's really not in your face, I will say that. And another thing is that it's really cheap. I say cheap in, like, using the benchmark of, let's say, Immortal Towers, where everything's cheap compared to that bad example. Overmortal. I don't know why I didn't just use that to begin with. Overmortal is more expensive than this, which is very interesting to me. Whether or not it's going to stay that way, depending on how, popular this game gets, because they do seem to fluctuate their prices depending on popularity. So maybe it's cheap right now because there's literally only 10,000 downloads in this, which is not many. It's not many. I should probably do this. One hit 'em, go. Beautiful. The only thing I don't like about this, and whether or not that will change if I get to like floor 100 or something, I don't like the fact I have to watch every single fight. I can't skip it. Kind of annoying, but the combat's quite pretty to look at, so I suppose I can deal with it. And I chose an AoE specialty instead of single target again. Why? Because, well, I don't learn my lesson. Don't ask questions. Anyway, another thing, I'm not sure if Ascension, so to speak, is, oh my god, there's even ruins and tombs and stuff just like Overmortal. Oh my god. But I don't know if Ascension works the same way here, if it's just literally moving to the different continent instead of like ascending. Interesting. Claim? Thank you. Okay, yeah, I should probably claim all this stuff. I've got to unlock all that. Token that can be used to travel through the void and activate, yeah. So Ascension is, in essence, Central Land's teleportation. Makes sense. That does make sense. I guess I should probably push forward here. Is that a 7-star beginner? Should I be able to beat that? Because it's like 5 miners above me. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue. Now these East March, Westwood and Green Cloud, and South Schwan, I can't get into them right now. But I fucking bet you that I can collect some kind of resource from some kind of mine in there. I bet you. One blue one from all of those, rough. But T2 Alchemist, I suppose. Not that I can make anything in T2. Lust Flower. Magical Monster Mountains 3. Where even is that? Oh, it's all the way up here. Shit. So Green Mist Grass, Blazing Iron, Crimson Pearl. It's funny because I'm actually... Well, this is the problem with all of these games. I'm advancing too fast to even register the stuff that I can even make in gear crafting. So that's not great. Like, all this stuff is already outdated because it's T1. It's already outdated. I haven't unlocked a single one. So there is that. Black Iron is from Rudan City 1. Can I obtain that? Oh, yeah. Is that T2? No, that's T1. Fuck. Lame. Magical Monster Mountains 2. But yeah, you see what I mean. Everything in T1 is outdated already. T2 is probably going to get outdated very quickly. So I'm not sure there's too much of a point focusing so hard on the early Ts of crafting. Except for the storage stones, of course. Because, we need those. Even though 100 is a lot to begin with, we all know how my inventory ends up every single time in every single game. Every single game. The other thing is that it's actually quite well translated. The townsfolk make a living with the resources they find in the mountains. This place is pretty lively with all these mercenaries around. Quit getting distracted. You're supposed to be travelling to the magical monster mountains to find a place to cultivate, but what? The purpose of your travelling is to train hard and improve your strength. To prevent you from relying on me too much. I won't provide you with any help in the coming days unless you're in mortal danger. No problem, I can deal with anything. So I'm like the bodyguard of the MC, I suppose. Don't underestimate the mountains. They're teeming with magical monsters and are therefore extremely dangerous. You'll likely be attacked there. You're supposed to be training, not getting yourselves killed. Think carefully about how to travel there safely. Also, since you both want to learn the flame mantra, you'll need to consume the heavenly flame, but before doing that, you'll need to get your hands on some blood lotus pills. Seems we've got a lot of things to take care of. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Does a great job at bringing you into the story, I will say that. If you've just come off the back of actually reading the novel, this is probably an absolutely brilliant thing. Like, if Overmortal had a proper story, and I say that, it's the story is there, but it's not a story that you can relate with a novel because everyone in there is completely unknown and the story is based completely in there, as opposed to here you come in, you know what's happening, you know who's going, you know who's who, and you know what's going on. I like that immensely about this game. But with that being said, am I going to continue playing this game? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I might. I just might. But I'd really like to play one of these games that have actually been released globally as opposed to being region locked. That shit is really starting to annoy me. I'm going to be honest, really starting to annoy me. But I'm going to leave this one here, ladies and gentlemen. You can look up this game for yourself. Hopefully you can play it. Oh, God, I hope you can play it if you're interested in it. Otherwise, you're going to need an emulator, which is just, you shouldn't need that. It's a mobile game, Oh, anyway. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video. We're going to 10,000. Click subscribe. If I know some of you are watching and you are clicking that little red button, you should just click it. It'll feel good for you, probably. Mostly me. But as always, have a great day.